Even with paper bags are a wonderful toy for kitties. But when you have bags with handles like this, please remember, snip that handle so that your kitty or your cat can't get their head or feet caught in these handles. It's a wonderful toy, but we need to make sure that it's a safe toy. One other thing that we have on the table here that we don't think about are these wonderful rope toys. My boys love their rope toy, but again, some dogs will pull this apart and they will actually eat some of these threads. Randall's going to scout out the rest of the table now as a good little kitty. So be careful when you have these kind of toys to see if they're going to actually swallow these things. Dogs, on the other hand, can spit things out pretty well, not always. So you want to be careful with these kind of things. If they're really pulling on this and then ingesting it, you want to be careful about that. Squeak toys. I don't know a dog that doesn't like squeak toys, but this is what's inside that squeak toy. And often dogs will chew open their squeak toy, and they'll be chewing on this, and they may actually swallow this. And it might be kind of nice if your dog squeaks, but you can find them. But again, be careful when they have these squeak toys that if all of a sudden the squeaker's gone, where is the squeaker? See if you can find the squeaker. This one came out relatively whole when my dog pulled it out. Usually they're pretty well chewed up. The reason I have these cat toys out here, Joni, is a reminder I have dogs and cats.
Right.
These size toys are very hazardous to big dogs. My dog will pick this up and chew on it and could possibly swallow it. Tennis balls. We've had dogs that choke on tennis balls. So again, something that you need to put away.
Sorry, I'm watching.
Something
don't chew on that, honey.
Something you need to put away when they are going to be together. So
Right.
Be aware of where your cat's
And I'm just going to
toys
back up to some of these toys. I've seen
Sure.
a lot of people, you know, some people will donate toys to the Humane Society, which we really appreciate it because obviously the plush or the soft toys, a lot of animals like to chew on. But, you know, a traditional stuffed toy that was meant for a child very often has the plastic eyes in it, very often have the plastic noses in it. And I have a dog at home, Cheryl, that as soon as she sees a stuffed toy, she immediately goes for it and she starts to, she just loves to tear. And the first place she goes is for the eyes or nose or any of those kinds of things. So it's really, really important that people are giving their dogs the right kind of toys. And you said it yourself as far as the squeaky thing. Again, my Emma is very, very interested in going right for, you know, that squeaky area. So think about those things too. You know, don't just go and buy any toy for your dog. You want to get the proper toy. So,
so that's really important. There's a lot of hazards. To touch on just a few more, Joni, we had talked about tethering. We want to make sure that people, when they tie their dog or cat, we hope that they're not leaving their dog and cat outside unattended, tethered. But if you tie your dog outside or you allow your cat outside on a leash, it's very dangerous, isn't it?
Very dangerous. It's extraordinarily dangerous. Again, and particularly like with cats, very often people will use just a traditional collar and they'll tie out. And of course what they're trying to do is create a really nice, you know, atmosphere for their kitty or for their dog because they want them to enjoy the great weather or whatever the case might be. But it can be extraordinarily dangerous, especially for a cat. If you've got them tied on the porch, they go over the railing, they can actually strangle
themselves.
Dogs, not so much, but it's certainly possible. But cats, we see, unfortunately, every year we hear about situations where a cat has been strangled by being tethered. So
we want to prevent any choking or diarrhea, throwing up, all these things. So, there's a lot of different things, and we're going to have these this information on our website. You can look up a lot of those things. If you have questions, you certainly can contact the Humane Society and ask us. You know, we'll even have some handouts that we can provide for people. But this is just kind of the tip of the iceberg.
It really is.
So think about what kind of things you have in your home that may be hazardous to your dog or to your kitten. And make sure that you keep everybody safe. One more thing, Joni, that we need to talk about is every household should have a pet first aid kit. And something as simple as this, you can purchase them online, you can check at different stores. There's a variety of things in here that every home, just basic things to have on hand should you have a pet emergency.
Right.
So in addition to all the hazards, be sure you have a first aid kit for your pets. So I hope that everybody has learned something today about hazards that are everyday items in our home. And until next time, happy tales to you.